Hello, my name is Brian DiVincentis, and I am standing on the site of what will be Jaindl Elementary School of Parkland School District in Allentown, Pennsylvania. For the past 3 years, the Parkland School District, USA Architects, and Hill International have been planning and constructing the building. It has required the cooperation and collaboration of many individuals and teams. Jaindl Elementary School will also be a certified LEED building, meaning that it meets the environmental restrictions of the US GBC LEED standards, which are a push to construct buildings that use the Earth's natural resources more efficiently.
The new school was definitely driven by enrollment growth. We have been aware that we needed to build a new school for, I would say, probably at least 5 years. 3 years ago or so, we recognized that we needed to actually begin the planning process. When we began this process, we looked at all possibilities. One of the requirements we had was to conduct a feasibility study. One of the pieces of the feasibility study was to look at whether we should renovate or build a new school.
With the addition of a new school in the district, the administration directed a redistricting project. Since many students will be moving to the new school, transportation routes were changed and staff members were transferred from other parts of the district.
We wanted to establish a school community that would be representative of our other school communities that are already established here. Coordination of all of this was essential to having a good final product, and I believe we've achieved that.
The first step towards designing and eventually constructing the building was to acquire the land. The school district received a discounted price for the land from Fred J. Jaindl, which saved approximately $2 million. After the land had been decided upon, the architect, Paul Swartz, created a design for the building based off the needs of the school district.
I was influenced, I think, as I talked about a little bit earlier about the site. The site was, I went to the site for the first time and said, wow, this is absolutely amazing. The other thing that was neat was the orientation. If you know when you're out on the site, it's the main entrance faces west. So I can imagine and I envision that when this building is finally done, that you're going to have this incredible sunset coming out and the light is just going to shine on the school, so it's going to get...
In modern construction, technology plays a huge part. It doesn't eliminate the sketching and brainstorming aspects, but instead speeds up the creation of detailed design drawings and a list of materials necessary to construct the building.
So what's happening is the Revit programs, the software, is doing a better job of coordinating the architectural and the engineering components. But with the new software, those programs are beginning to actually identify conflicts and identify the differences between the architectural and engineering. So I believe going forward with technology is that with programs like BIM or Revit, it's going to be amazing because I think that some of those conflicts will go away.
And the beauty of that is that not only can you do a virtual walkthrough when you're finished, but more importantly, the 3D model lets you extract the plans. In the past, we used to have to draw plans. We had to make them one at a time, and in essence, you did one line at a time. Now, with the 3D model, we simply take snapshots of it from the side, from the top. We slice off the roof and look down in the inside. So it really produces a wonderful set of plans, very detailed set of plans, very quickly.
The advanced architecture class from Parkland High School has been following the progress of the elementary school with monthly visits to the site. Students are learning about the many requirements that need to be met, as well as how they are met through the collaboration of many different teams.
More than anything else, they're seeing the whole process from beginning to end. And that's obvious, but what we forget is that in architecture, the design is primarily of the building or the structure. But there's a whole lot more that goes on prior to the architect even walking in the door and seeing the project. The civil engineers have a large role in this. And I think more than anything else, these students who are in an architecture class are seeing the role of the civil engineer as well as the construction management firm.
Well, we go to the Jaindl Elementary School about once a month, and we get to look at the construction that's been progressing. And it's really interesting to see how bunch of people who have different jobs come together to build such a big project.
Construction of the building began in April of 2009. It is headed by Phil Bugg, the construction manager from Hill International.
I would say the biggest responsibility we have here is to keep the flow of work going. When you basically have 6 different entities trying to work in one area to meet one goal, it's sometimes a little cumbersome to manage different people, different personalities. Our deal is that we need to keep them moving all in the same direction to the completion of the building, and that's our primary function. And the other primary function is the administration of all the paperwork and correspondence that goes through with a job this size.
As with many construction projects, many changes have been made to the initial design. Although most are minor, such as the location of a wall or light switch, there are still major changes that can occur from an unexpected problem or to reduce costs.
The biggest change we had here was actually the location of the geothermal well field. The location that we originally had it planned for and laid out due to an investigation done after the job was bid was that we found a more suitable location to be more efficient and less costly than we originally planned. So we've relocated the entire geothermal well field about 500 feet from where it was initially planned.
LEED stands for Leadership in Energy and Environmental Design. To receive a building's LEED certification, it must obtain points in the areas of sustainable sites, water efficiency, energy and atmosphere, materials and resources, indoor environmental quality, innovation in design, and regional priority.
We started to look at the LEED process to build an environmentally friendly green school because it's the right thing to do, and because our board is interested in being environmentally friendly and appropriate. I would say in the short run it can cost a little bit more. In the long run it saves money and it saves energy.
Some benefits of LEED buildings are improvement in air and water quality, conservation of natural resources, reduction in operating costs, and improvement of the interior environment of the building.
And we believe that individually we all have responsibilities in terms of using the resources that are, the natural resources that are available to us wisely. You know, let's conserve water, let's conserve electricity, let's conserve crude oil, let's not pollute our rivers or our streams. And we as the Parkland School District believe that we also, as a community representative, need to embrace that philosophy and move forward into the future utilizing that same concept. And that not only tells the community that you're environmentally friendly, but because of some of the things that we're doing out there, heat island effect on the roof, the installation of a geothermal well field to heat and cool the building as opposed to the typical means.
It is important to improve the environmental effects of buildings because they are the largest contributors to the environment throughout the world. In the United States, buildings account for 72% of electricity consumption, 39% of energy, 38% of all carbon dioxide emissions, 40% of raw material use, and 30% of waste output.
They recognize that a LEED school, a better, a more healthier school, would reduce absenteeism, both on the staff level as well as students. It create a much better environment for the students learning. And in fact, there's been studies at the University of North Carolina that have shown that a LEED or a sustainable school has much higher levels of grades and the kids do much better. It's all about natural light. It's all about, again, energy efficiency, clean air within the building. So LEED it addresses all those issues. It's just it makes a lot of common sense. The geothermal is just one example of providing that, of getting better energy efficiency. And what it essentially is a bunch of very, very deep wells that pump water. It's a closed loop system through the building system. And because the earth is at a certain temperature, you're able to gain a tremendous amount of energy efficient of designs. The other things I really like about the geothermal system, it's very quiet. So one of the biggest complaints, those old window units that are every one of those classrooms, those sort of, they're noisy, they're disruptive, and they're not the most efficient in terms of cooling and or heating. This doesn't have that. They're just quiet. They're just really, really good. These biological swales are ways that you were able to actually run water over these plants, this plant material, which cleans them. So that eventually the discharge, when it finally gets to the basin, is much cleaner and therefore it's much healthier to the environment. So those are the kind of neat things that are going on with, again, it's part of the LEED and sustainable features that make a building that much smarter and that much better.
Jaindl Elementary School provides students with a large variety of opportunities. It has music rooms, an art room, TV studio, library, and lots of space for recess outside. It also has a cafeteria with a fully equipped kitchen and gymnasium connected with a single stage that is adaptable for any use. The nurse's office is located near the entrance to make pickup easy for parents. The administration wing features beautiful offices, a guidance room, conference room, and copy room. And of course, the school has colorful classrooms divided into 3 wings by grade level. These classrooms are definitely for the 21st century. Each classroom has a projector that connects to the teacher's computer, a DVD or VHS player, and television to view the morning announcements. The building is well designed to provide students all possible opportunities to receive a great education. Everyone we talked to was very excited about the new school. This includes the future principal of the school, Mrs. Shuntz.
From what I've seen of Jaindl, as I visited the site not too long ago, it is very modern and set up with an amazing circle administrative wing that looks very exciting, with lots of opportunities for our students to be involved in some new technology, and just very exciting art room and TV studio, and lots of different rooms for vocal music, instrumental music, practice rooms.
But it is a very functional building from an educational perspective. It's also going to be a very aesthetically pleasing building, both from the inside and out, and one can only imagine what the view of that building is going to look at when someone is driving on the Route 222 bypass, looking down on it.
This magnitude of a project is a perfect example of how you could not do this with 1 or 2 people. It takes the entire team. So I just feel that we have a great team here in Parkland. We have great kids, we have great parents, and we have great staff. And this is going to be an exciting project for all of us to celebrate, because many, many people will have contributed to the success of this project.
Parkland School District now has a new environmentally friendly building that will nurture and inspire the minds of elementary school students for many years.